Um, these videos are gonna start becoming like more and more unhinged. Um, so you have that to look forward to. At the very least, you can watch this for like entertainment. Okay. Okay. So, um, how my past life regressions work, I have like a little more of an idea of them now. I get shown flashes of scenes, and then they expand, and then they get more clear. So now when I have them, I try not to like dive into them super like um, detailed, because I'm like, okay, like whatever I'm getting shown, I know I'm getting shown it because it's a lesson or something that is happening in this current life. Um, so in this case, and most likely it's in the title, I was in bed with my like booty call, and we were just kind of like cuddling and talking in her room, and um she was gorgeous. Like honestly, she was gorgeous. Like I was like just just beautiful. Like seriously, she had like these gorgeous cheekbones, really dark, almost black hair. Like she was like stunning. Like she was like known to be stunning, like model freaking gorgeous. Um and also super rich, and I was rich too, so it doesn't matter, but she was like from a high society. Well, I was too, but she was like a very rich high society family. So I felt like I was the man. Like, yeah, and I really liked this woman. She was like wild and crazy and would say like shocking stuff, but it was fun, and I was just like super into her, and we were just hooking up and everything. Um, and one day I was over at my friend's house, and I was talking to them, and I was like, yeah, like I wish I could remember her name, but like obviously he remembered her name, but me currently I don't remember it. But I was like, oh my god, like she's so awesome, and I just like she's the one who I want to propose to. Like my dad approves of her. Like this is gonna be so perfect, and da 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 da. And there was this odd, eerie silence, and then my friends were like, you know, she participates in beep. I would say beep because I can't say that part right now. Long freaking story. And I was like, no, just there's no way, because I wanted to marry her. There's no way she does that. Are you serious? And they were like, yeah, man, like she's evil, like she's crazy and evil, like she participates in this. And I was like, no, like this can't be true. And they were like, it is. Like you can keep having fun with her, but like do not marry her. And I was like, man, I cannot marry this psycho. Like I was like, dude, she's crazy then. She's crazy. And I even like asked around a little bit, and I was like, hey, is so and so doing this? And they were like, yeah, like she's known for it. She was like the life of those parties and everything. And I was like, just no, like no. And like per dude fashion, I was like, but she's hot. Like, oh my god, we've been having so much fun, and she's so freaking hot. Like, no, but like, I cannot. Like, I don't want to even be in the same room with her. Like, now that I know what was happening, and so I thought I was being like mature about it, and I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have sex with this woman one more time, and then I'm just gonna break up with her. And I justified it because I was like, she was doing evil stuff, so I was like, whatever, like, it sucks. Like, I really did like her, and I was gonna propose to her and everything, but like, I was like, no, like, this is messed up. Um, so went over, had sex with her, and then I like got up and started getting dressed. And she was like, why are you getting dressed so fast? Like, what's going on? And I was like, hey, I heard you do A, B, and C, and I don't want to see you anymore. And then this woman, keep in mind, hot, rich, has gotten everything ever in life. Like this, she had never been told no, ever. And I didn't realize it. until I was like, because we had already been hinting at it, and I had already been hinting at it. She knew I wanted to propose to her. And so I was like the first thing she had not gotten. I was the first like man who said no to her. I was the first anything that was a no. And she like, I don't even want to repeat it because it's going to be like crazy, but she like screamed, growled at me as she like put blankets around herself and like lunged at me. She was like, no! And I was like horrified. I was like, whoa. I had never seen anybody act like that before. She's like, no, 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 no. I always get what I want. No. Like, I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to be with you. Like, you're crazy. And she was like, well, because I was like, you do this stuff. And she was like, well, I only do this part of it. I don't do that other stuff. And I was like, it's still bad. Like, it's still such like a horrible thing that you're doing. And how do I put this? I was like, if you were a man, you would probably do like worse. Like, you would do worse things because you'd be physically able to do it. And she didn't deny it. She was just like, and I was like, literally that. You're fucking evil. Like, I don't want to be with you. And so she started attacking me and like scratching at me, and she's like, nobody says no to me. Nobody said no. My parents don't say no to me. And I was like, girl, I can tell. And keep in mind, like, now is like when I go to that past life regression or whatever, if I had now, like, girl, you crazy, like, you crazy. It's just really insane. Um, and then her maid came in and was like busting in, and she was like, oh my god, are you okay? Like, assuming that I was like attacking her. And she was like, I was like, dude, like, obviously I didn't say that, but like, I was like, no, she's attacking me, help me. And she was like, get out! And like screamed at her maid, and her maid like made a run for it, poor girl. Um, and she was like trying to justify it with me and doing this weird, like, have you ever seen just somebody who is really used to getting their way, or they think they're gonna get their way with something, and they're like doing that smiling, like, well, I don't even, how do I do this? Like, just, uh, trying to like bargain with me, and she's like, oh, I only did, it was just weird. It was just really, really weird. And I was like, no, I don't want to be with you. And I left, and she was like, you're gonna regret this. Like, you're gonna regret this. Like, and I was like, I'm not. Like, bye. About a week or so later, I found out that what she was participating in, she did it 10 times worse. Like, to an extreme, just, it was bad. It was really, really bad. My friends were telling me, and they were like, hey, so-and-so has gone off the deep end, and she said she's just going to keep getting worse until you guys get back together, until you, like, take her back and marry her. And I was like, I can't. Like, I can't be with that. Like, like, she's evil. Like, she's pure evil. I can't be with her. And they were like, but it's getting worse. And I don't know how much time passed, but I remember getting on like my hands and knees at home one day, and I was praying to God, and I was like, God, please get me out of this. Like, I cannot marry this woman. Like, please, I don't know what I have to do, anything. Please just end this. And I don't know how it happened, and I don't know how much time passed. I think it was really soon after that. But something happened to her, and she passed away young. Like, very young. And then I remember being at her funeral, and everybody was like, oh my god, she was so young, she was so beautiful, like, what a tragedy, what a tragedy. And she was so like messed up that I was like, the only tragedy I even care about is like I can't have sex with her anymore. And I think I made like while we were at her funeral, I think I made like a very bad necrophilia joke, and like my friends were looking at me like, really, dude, like, what's wrong with you? Rightfully so, it wasn't good. And we were all talking, and they were like, man, it's such a shame, like, she died young. And I was like, all right, rest in peace. I was like, rest in peace, I don't remember her name, maybe in the next life. And right when I said that, this is the second time that I had this feeling in my life, and now I know their soul contracts, that it felt like this beam, this tether went in through my crown chakra all the way through my body. And I don't know, the feeling was really intense. And then, like, now I know it's a soul contract. And I was like, she was evil as hell, though. And all, like, my friends and I were like, yeah, she was evil. And I think one of my friends, he was about to light, he was, like, lighting a cigarette. And now, since I understand it more, looking back on it, I think he was like, you're kind of evil, too. Like, you're crazy, too, dude. Like, you guys were kind of meant to be together. You're just, like, less evil than her. So, because I think he, like, I made some awful joke, and I think he, like, rolled his eyes, and he lit a cigarette, and we started walking away. Um, and, okay, so I was showing all this stuff. I think that's, like, the gist of it. And it kept repeating, and I was like, why am I seeing this? What does this have to do with this current life? What's going on? And so it was like happening again. And this time, me, like, since I knew it was happening in, like, the scene or whatever, I, like, looked her in the eyes, like, while she was getting close to me and about to beat me up. And I, like, really, like, looked into her eyes, and I looked at her features, and I was like, I know who this is. And I realized this is the second. I know that there are people from my past life that I know in this life, but there are two people specifically that I know who they were, and they were in my most recent past life. But I think she passed away young and had other lives before meeting me in this one, because they had some, like, bad karma to work through. And it makes sense because, so I'm a woman in this life, and she's a man in this life, and how his life has been and everything, I always was like, nobody deserves this. Like, why did he go through? Nobody deserves, like, the amount of abuse that he had been through, like, anything like that. And then I realized, because of the past life regressions, it was because what he did in his past life. And we all have, like, the same, like, things and habits that we're trying to, like, get rid of. And the who she is now still has the issues of, like, the stubbornness, like, I'm always right, my way or the highway, like, kind of like, just, it just makes a lot of sense. And I don't know, it's really crazy because, I thankfully cut him out of this life too, but I don't understand it though, because I'm like, I was shown that and everything, but if I cut her slash him out of my life in this life, why am I getting shown this? Like, what's the point? Like, I guess I'll find out soon. I don't know. But that bitch was evil, though. It was crazy. Ah, I guess I'll just end it there. I was right. Maybe in the next life.